Alexandre Daigle became a hero in the NHL, but not for much more than the money he made and the chicks he dated.
He was the golden child of hockey, the kid they swore would redefine the game. Alexandre Daigle, first overall pick, a jaw-dropping contract, and a spotlight so intense it could have burned through the ice. The Ottawa Senators pinned their dreams on him. The NHL bent rules because of him. And the media, they crowned him king before he ever played a shift. A superstar, they said, destined for immortality. A name for the ages. But here's the kicker. Immortality came, just not how they planned. Because Alexandre Daigle, he never came close. Hey, 85% of you watching aren't subscribed yet, and we're racing to hit 1,000 subscribers fast. With your support, we'll get there, so please hit the subscribe button, like this video, and stick with us. Thank you. Let's set the scene. It's the early 90s and hockey's buzzing about a teenager named Alexandre Daigle. This kid from Laval, Quebec was a force in the QMJHL with the Victoriaville Tigers. 137 points in 53 games. Numbers that make your jaw drop. We're talking 67 goals, 70 assists, a one-man wrecking crew. The scouts couldn't shut up about him. They called him a generational talent, a surefire superstar. The media? They lost their minds, plastering his face everywhere. Newspapers, TV, pre-draft specials. This wasn't just hype, this was a full-on frenzy. A fever pitch for a kid that hadn't even turned 18. Then there's the Ottawa Senators, a shiny new team in '92 stumbling through their first season. They were a mess, outscored, outplayed, desperate for a savior. They tanked hard late in that '92-'93 season, finishing dead last to lock up the first pick. People whispered they'd thrown games, shady stuff, and the NHL sniffed around investigating. It didn't matter. Ottawa got their prize, and the league scrambled to add a draft lottery after that to stop it from happening again. As the '93 draft loomed, the Quebec Nordics hosting in their backyard reportedly dangled a king's ransom, Owen Nolan, Peter Forsberg, Ron Hextall draft picks, just to snag Daigle. Ottawa didn't blink. They took him first, passing on Chris Pronger and Paul Kariya, and handed him the fattest rookie deal ever. 5 years, $12.25 million. That contract was so outrageous, the NHL slapped a rookie's salary cap on the books a few years later to rein it in. Daigle was a celebrity before he played a game. Endorsements rolling in, photo shoots, the works. The pressure was suffocating, the expectations unreachable. This wasn't a draft pick. It was a coronation for a kid who'd barely started shaving. June 26, 1993. Draft day in Quebec City. Alexandre Daigle struts up all confidence and drops a line that'll haunt him forever. I'm glad I got drafted first because no one remembers number 2. Except number 2 was Chris Pronger, and 3 was Paul Kariya, both future Hall of Famers who'd carve out legacies Daigle could only dream of. At the time, though, he looked like he might deliver. First season, 20 goals, 51 points. Not bad for a rookie on a brutal Senators squad with zero support. The next year, lockout shortened to 94-95, he notched 37 points in 47 games on pace for 28 goals. Flashes of brilliance, sure, but for the next big thing, it felt, The NHL and Ottawa didn't care much about They went all in. Billboards, commercials, Daigle's face plastered across yearbooks and media guides. He was their golden ticket, the poster boy for a franchise drowning in losses. Problem was that team was a dumpster fire, among the league's worst, and Daigle took the heat. Fans wanted a grinder, a leader to drag them out of the basement. Instead, they got a flair player, flashy moves, big smiles, but no fire. He even posed in a nurse's outfit for a full-page ad. Cool maybe, but it screamed style over substance. Meanwhile, Alexei Yashin, drafted a year earlier, outplayed him every season they shared the ice. Management still hyped Daigle, pushing him for Rookie of the Year over Yashin, who actually got the Calder nod. Tensions brewed. Yashin held out in 95-96 for a deal matching Daigle's, and coaches got axed like Rick Bowness and Alan Vigneault after benching Daigle to the fourth line. The circus was in full swing, and the ringmaster, he was already losing the crowd. Four and a half seasons in Ottawa, and the dream was crumbling. Daigle's peak, 26 goals, 51 points in the 96-97 season. For a guy pegged as a franchise cornerstone, that's a gut punch. He never sniffed 30 goals or 60 points, numbers you'd expect from a first overall pick. By 98, Ottawa had enough, shipping him to Philly for Prosbal and Falloon, two players who weren't exactly stealing headlines. With the Flyers, he managed 31 points in 68 games. Fine, but not great. Then it's a whirlwind. Traded to Edmonton, flipped to Tampa Bay the same day, then scooped up by the Rangers as a reclamation project. Tampa, 12 points in 32 games. Rangers, 26 points in 58 games. The stats tell the story, a slow bleed of promise. So what went wrong? Coaches ripped into him for coasting, teammates fumed at his laid-back vibe. That $12 million deal loomed large, but why bust your tail when you're swimming in cash? Off-ice antics didn't help either. Take September 96. Daigle's on a team flight, joking with a flight attendant, leaves over to Trevor Timmons and says, "Watch out for your bomb there," pointing at a laptop. Bad move. President Clinton was on the tarmac nearby, security was tight, and the plane got grounded. He dodged charges but ate a $300 fine and missed the connecting flight. The Senators were mortified. Fans were furious. The vibe shifted hard. Media flipped from fawning to venomous, branding him lazy, arrogant, and a bust. Traded again and again, he became a punchline, a guy who'd rather flash a grin than dig in the corners. You could feel the disappointment radiating from fans, from the league, from what could have been. By 25, Daigle was out, done with the NHL. He chased Hollywood, playing pickup hockey with Cuba Gooding Jr. on Jerry Bruckheimer's team, launching an event company with ex-pitcher Derek Uquan. But hockey? He confessed on Radio Canada he never loved it, just played because he could. 2 years later, cash drying up, he begged for a comeback. Pittsburgh bid in 2002. He lit up preseason, then fizzled, landing in the AHL. Minnesota gave him a shot in 03. 51 points, a career-high tie, leading the Wild. A glimmer of hope, maybe? No. Waived, bounced to the minors, then off to Switzerland with Davos. He got decent stats there, 140 points in 137 games, 2 titles, but the NHL had moved on, and so had the spark. The numbers don't lie. 616 NHL games, 129 goals, 198 assists, 327 points. For a first overall pick, that's a flop of epic proportions. Compare that to Chris Pronger, number 2 in 93, Hall of Famer, Stanley Cup champ, and Titan. Paul Kariya, Hall of Fame too. Daigle's quip about nobody remembers number 2? Irony so thick you could choke on it. He's no legend. He's a warning label. The face of wasted potential. Draft bust debates start with him. His name's a benchmark for hype gone wrong. The NHL took notes. Teams got cagey, rethinking how they build and sell young stars. Daigle's fallout reshaped the game's approach to prospects. Daigle's story cuts deep. Talent's a gift, but without hunger, it's dust. Hand a kid fame and fortune before he proves himself and watch him sink. That crushing weight of expectation, it broke him, where Pronger and Kariya bent it to their will. Today, teams shield their phenoms. Think McDavid, Matthews, easing them in, dodging the Daigle trap. His collapse screams a truth. Greatness isn't promised, it's earned. So rewind to 93. If you're GM, do you still pick Daigle or go Pronger? Play Fantasy GM in the comments and let's hear it. And again, 85% of you aren't subscribed yet, and we're pushing for 1,000 fast. With your help, we'll make it, so please smash the subscribe button, like this video, and drop your thoughts below. Click here to watch one of my other videos, and I'll see you in the next one.